Good morning, parents, family members, teachers, administrators, distinguished guests, and my fellow graduates. It is an honor to stand before you today as a representative of the class of 2018. At first, I was nervous to follow behind so many insightful and sincere speeches, but I've made sure to make my speech short and to the point so as not to bore you, since I know everyone is eager to leave and take advantage of this beautiful weather. First, I would like to thank my parents. Although it is trite, your endless support has meant a great deal to me, and I quite literally would not be here without you. I will not pretend to be regretful about leaving high school, but I am certainly sentimental. To leave behind all we have known for the past 4 years is a challenge many of us may not feel equipped for. However, we have had some of the best teachers, families, and friends to help guide us on our individual paths, be they to college, trade school, the military, or the workforce. In a school community as large as ours, it is difficult to address every person who deserves thanks for all they have done. Therefore, I will speak from my own personal experiences and address those who have had a profound influence on myself and many others during our time at Sachem East. Mr. Antonucci, through his social issues and AP Government and Politics classes, taught us the importance of civic duty and the value of kindness. Mr. Creasy, teacher of Earth Science and AP Environmental Science, inspired countless students to find their passion, whatever that may be, though many did happen to find theirs directly in his classes. Mrs. Melandro, adoptive mother and teacher of AP US History, shared with us lessons on perseverance, be that through personal struggle or a wartime blunder. Miss Weber, AP English Language and Composition teacher, taught us the art of critical thinking and, most importantly, how to acknowledge and dissect other viewpoints. Mr. Holden's wittiness made both Regents and AP Chemistry bearable, and more than that, showed his students that the only life worth living is one in which you laugh, at everything but mostly at your spouse. I am still unsure if Mr. Varejeo, chairperson of the History Department and teacher of AP World History, is actually sponsored by Penn State and Starbucks. If not, he should be. It is all of you and the other teachers, administrators, librarians, nurses, custodians, lunch ladies, and faculty members who have helped to define our time here. We are at a point in our lives that warrants celebration, and as we should show gratitude towards those who have helped us get here, we should also acknowledge those who are unable to join us today. I would like to take a moment to remember the lives of our peers, Stephen Catalano, Michael Lopez, Kayla Flannery, and Paula Turkovich, as well as Joshua Mileto. Despite struggling with resource funding, Sachem East has done a sufficient job at preparing its students for the real world. It has shown us firsthand what it is like to maneuver through red tape and bureaucratic inefficiency when trying to accomplish your goals. It has served as a microcosm for larger social issues at hand, which are seldom acknowledged by the administration with the gravity they deserve. We have experienced the division of people by every category imaginable, and thus come to see what role each of us has been told to play in society. It is my wish that my peers come to look past the identity they held in high school, because it is likely marred by assumptions and stereotypes. A famous revolutionary once said, "Sometimes history needs a push." Let the lessons you have gleaned from these experiences shape you and encourage you yourself to push history. You are capable of far more than you realize and now can break free of many of the nonsensical limitations we let reign over us in high school. In our 4 years here, we have all experienced great challenges, immense growth, and likely every emotion on the adolescent spectrum. As with any graduation speech, I will now take this final opportunity to give you all unsolicited advice. It is not my wish to one day relate to author Kurt Vonnegut's claim that true terror is to wake up one morning and discover that your high school class is running the country. So please, if you weren't listening before, listen now. Do not be ignorant to the injustices and problems you witness in the, quote, real world. Instead, use your voice, use your education, and use your privilege to resist unfairness and wrongdoings by powerful institutions because it is right and it is what is expected of you. After all, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. asked, "The question is not whether we will be extremists, but what kind of extremists we will be. Will we be extremists for the preservation of injustice or for the extension of justice?" A German theorist once said, "The philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. It is our responsibility to do just that and make a real difference with the lessons we have learned. To be brave, to stand up for what is right, to demand equality, to have empathy, and to be kinder than we need to be. I am proud of what we have accomplished thus far, and I look forward to seeing what we all do in the future. Congratulations to the class of 2018. Thank you."